one, go!
Hey everyone, welcome back to FX Action Trader YouTube channel. My name is Chuan here and it feels so good to see you guys again. So in this video, I'm going to discuss with you guys about the two recent trades that I've been taken on both gold and euro yen. So one of the trade, which is gold, was actually affected by the recent FOMC press conference where the federal official they actually expected that there will be an increase on the interest rate, and this has actually caused the dollar index to shoot up in a very strong bullish momentum. So from technical perspective, we can actually foresee or we can actually anticipate this big movement from some technical skill, and I'm going to show you guys step by step on my analysis before the press conference. So let us jump to the chart right now. Alright, so let's look at the first example of today's video, the gold. So gold, we have to start from the higher time frame chart to identify the market direction before we scale down to look for our entry. So for higher time frame chart, I have chosen H4 chart to look for direction, and on H4 chart, we can see that the market has now completely turned from an uptrend into a downtrend. So first thing first, we can see that market has actually broken this entire uptrend trend line. All right, followed by we can see market has formed a new low after the trend line was being broken. And after the first low was formed, market again formed another lower low and also forming a new lower high. All right, and this is also the previous support and resistance area that we have to take note, where this area was previously a strong support area, and now this area or this zone has turned into a strong resistance area. So once we have identified the trend on H4, we can scale down to a lower time frame to look for our entry signal. So on lower time frame, I have chosen H1, and on this H1 chart, I'm only going to look for a sell signal, and I'm going to ignore all the buy signals, and I have already determined my direction on H4, which is a sell direction. So on H1, what we can see is that after breaking the previous low and market has formed a new low, we can notice that the market was actually pushing down with a very strong downwards momentum. And after the pullback, market again entered into a sideways condition. All right, we can see that market has entered a sideways condition. All right, this is a sideways condition. And if we mark out our H1 nearest swing point, we can see that this swing point zone is also a resistance zone for the sideways structure. So this is another key level for us to take note. So on this trade, I have used a very typical breakout and retest entry method to look at my entry. And for this trade, I was using a pending sell limit to ensure that my orders are triggered with a very nice risk and reward ratio. So for risk and reward ratio, we have a ratio of 1 to 2 on this trade, where my stop loss is just right above this sideways structure, and my take profit was just at the previous low of this entire H1 trend. So once we have done everything following my trading plan or following our trading plan, we just leave the left, or we just leave the remaining for the market to execute. All right, so let us have a look. All right. So my trade was triggered after market did a pullback on the neckline area, and let's see what happened next.
3, 2, 1, go!
Nice.
All right, we can see that because of the news effect, my take profit level was hit without any single floating. So this is considered a very sharp entry, and surprisingly is that after my take profit was hit, market dropped down another 200 pips, but whatever it is, I have executed the trade following my trading plan. I'm very happy with the result. So the next example that I'm going to share with you guys is another trade that I've taken on Euro Yen. So first thing first, always remember to check the market direction before we look for any entry signal, because if we look for entry signals without confirming the market direction, it will be very confusing for us. So on H4, what we can see is that market again has broken this entire uptrend trend line on H4, and also we can see that a new low was being formed, followed by another new lower low, and also a new lower high. And if we plot out our support and resistance area, we can see that this is the key level that we have to pay attention to, where this key level was previously a strong support level that turned out into a strong resistance zone on H4 chart. So the same thing, once we have identified the direction on H4, we can scale down to lower time frame to look for our entry. So in this case, I have used an instant market order for my entry, all right, because I saw the signal early in the morning. So let us have a look. So previously on H1, market is still in an uptrend, all right, and we can see that this uptrend trend line was broken and market got rejected at this level. So this can be the support and resistance level or key level on H1, right? So the orange color is the S&R zone on H4, and the black color lines are the key level on H1. So let us have a look. All right, we can see that market got rejected again on these black lines, which is the H1 important zones, and we can see that a triple top formation was being formed at this area, followed by a long pin bar. So this is the candle that I took my sell entry, all right, and after we take the entry, we just have to make sure that my stop loss is always safe, and for this case, I have put my stop loss just right above the H4 resistance area and my take profit at the previous low of this H1 structure. And in terms of ratio, I have a ratio of 1 to 1.36, which is greater than 1 to 1. So after this was being executed, I just have to double check again that everything was executed following my trading plan, and we just leave the remaining to the market.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so I hope that you guys really learned something from these two examples. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and also hit the red color subscribe button, and we shall see you again in my next video. Have a good day.